Welcome to the hidden battle of cognitive dissonance, where our beliefs and behaviors collide daily. You know that nagging feeling you get when you're doing something you know you shouldn't? Or when you hold two conflicting beliefs at the same time? That's cognitive dissonance, folks. And it's a universal human experience. Cognitive dissonance is an unavoidable part of human psychology, influencing decisions, emotions, and social interactions, from the choices we make about our health to how we navigate relationships and even our ethical dilemmas. This hidden battle plays a significant role. We often find ourselves justifying actions that contradict our values or beliefs, leading to internal conflict and discomfort. In this series, we'll unpack the pervasive nature of cognitive dissonance and explore its impact on our daily lives. We'll dive deep into specific scenarios, revealing the psychological mechanisms at play and providing you with practical strategies to address and overcome these internal conflicts. Let's talk about something we can all relate to, that darn donut in the break room. You know it's loaded with sugar and bad for your waistline, but you find yourself reaching for it anyway. That's cognitive dissonance in action, folks. You value your health, but you also crave that sweet indulgence. We see this all the time with folks struggling with unhealthy habits. They know they should eat healthier and exercise more, but they struggle to break free from their current patterns. They tell themselves, it's just one donut, or I'll start exercising tomorrow. These justifications, while seemingly harmless, allow the dissonance to persist. Another classic example is sleep. We all know how crucial a good night's sleep is for our physical and mental health. Yet, many of us sacrifice sleep for work deadlines, late-night TV shows, or endless scrolling on our phones. We tell ourselves, I'll catch up on sleep later. But we all know how that usually turns out. The problem is, these justifications only work temporarily. Deep down, that dissonance remains, creating a breeding ground for guilt, stress, and even more unhealthy behaviors. So how do we break free from this vicious cycle? Awareness is key. The first step is recognizing those dissonant thoughts and behaviors. Once you acknowledge the conflict, you can start addressing it head-on. Instead of justifying the donut, acknowledge your craving and explore healthier alternatives. Change your self-talk. Instead of saying, I can't resist that donut, tell yourself, I choose to fuel my body with nutritious foods. By changing your language, you shift your mindset and empower yourself to make healthier choices. Remember, breaking unhealthy habits is a journey, not a race. Don't beat yourself up over slip-ups. Instead, view them as learning opportunities. Analyze what triggered the unhealthy choice and develop strategies to avoid similar situations in the future. The key is to be kind to yourself throughout the process. Remember, we all make mistakes. It's what we do with those mistakes that defines us. So ditch the guilt, embrace the challenge, and start making choices that align with your values. Let's talk about relationships and that sticky web of social dynamics. We all value honesty and integrity, right? But let's be real, we've all found ourselves caught in the crossfire of gossip or white lies. We justify it by saying, I didn't want to hurt their feelings, or everyone else was doing it. Cognitive dissonance rears its head in our relationships when our actions don't align with our values. We might preach kindness but engage in hurtful gossip. We might value open communication but avoid difficult conversations to maintain the peace. Think about a time when you witnessed a friend being treated unfairly but hesitated to speak up. You knew it was wrong, but the fear of conflict or social repercussions kept you silent. That internal struggle, my friends, is cognitive dissonance at play. Or consider the pressure to conform to social norms, even when they clash with your personal beliefs. You might find yourself agreeing with opinions you don't genuinely hold, or participating in activities that make you uncomfortable, all to avoid social isolation. So how do we navigate this complex web of social interactions while staying true to ourselves? It starts with setting clear boundaries. Determine what values are non-negotiable for you and be willing to stand up for them, even when it's uncomfortable. Honesty, even when it's tough, is crucial. If you find yourself justifying white lies or participating in harmful gossip, take a step back and ask yourself why. Is it fear of judgment? A desire to fit in? Understanding the root cause can help you make more conscious choices. Remember, surrounding yourself with people who share your values can make a world of difference. When you have a supportive network that encourages authenticity, it becomes easier to navigate social challenges without compromising your integrity. Building genuine connections requires vulnerability and authenticity. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Let's talk about the hustle, folks. We all want to feel valued and successful in our careers, but what happens when the cost of that success is our well-being? Many people find themselves stuck in jobs they hate, working long hours for little recognition or reward. They justify it by saying, "I need to pay the bills," or "a promotion is right around the corner." But deep down, they're miserable, burnt out, and yearning for something more. That's cognitive dissonance, my friends, playing havoc with your career and your life. We tell ourselves that hard work and sacrifice are the keys to success. But at what point does it become too much? We ignore our passions, neglect our relationships, and sacrifice our health, all in the pursuit of a paycheck or a fancy title. This internal battle between our desire for fulfillment and the demands of our work lives can be incredibly draining. We might dream of starting our own business, traveling the world, or simply spending more time with loved ones, but those dreams get pushed aside as we convince ourselves that now is not the right time. So how do we break free from this cycle of overwork and dissatisfaction? It starts with examining your values. What truly matters to you? Is it financial security, creative expression, making a difference in the world? Once you identify your core values, you can start aligning your career choices with them. Don't be afraid to negotiate your worth. If you're feeling undervalued and overworked, it's time to have an honest conversation with your boss. Remember, you deserve to be compensated fairly for your time, skills, and contributions. And most importantly, prioritize your well-being. No job is worth sacrificing your health or your sanity. Set boundaries between work and personal life, take breaks when you need them, and invest in activities that bring you joy and recharge your batteries. Remember, life is too short to be stuck in a job that makes you miserable. Don't let cognitive dissonance keep you trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Take charge of your career, prioritize your well-being, and create a life that aligns with your values. Now, let's talk about ethics, folks. We all like to think of ourselves as good people, right? But let's be real, we've all faced situations where our actions didn't quite measure up to our moral compass. We might believe in charitable giving, but walk past a homeless person without offering help. We might champion environmental protection, but continue to buy products with excessive packaging. We justify these discrepancies by telling ourselves it's just one person, or my actions won't make a difference anyway. But these justifications, my friends, are classic examples of cognitive dissonance at work. Think about a time you witnessed an injustice but chose to remain silent. Maybe it was a discriminatory remark, an act of bullying, or an unethical business practice. You knew it was wrong, but you convinced yourself that it wasn't your place to intervene. Or consider our relationship with the environment. We see the alarming reports about climate change, pollution and deforestation, yet we continue to engage in behaviours that contribute to the problem. We justify our inaction by saying that one person can't make a difference, but deep down we know that's not entirely true. So how do we bridge the gap between our ethical beliefs and our actions? It starts with acknowledging the dissonance. Recognize those instances where your behavior doesn't align with your values and be honest with yourself about the reasons behind it. Challenge your justifications. Are you truly powerless to make a difference? Or are you simply choosing the path of least resistance? Remember, even small acts of kindness, compassion, and environmental consciousness can have a ripple effect. Educate yourself about the issues that matter to you. The more you understand about social justice, environmental protection, or animal welfare, the more empowered you'll feel to make a difference. Seek out opportunities to align your actions with your values. Volunteer your time, donate to causes you believe in, or make conscious consumer choices that support ethical and sustainable practices. Remember, living ethically is a journey, not a destination. It's about striving to be the best version of ourselves and making choices that reflect our values, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Cognitive dissonance shapes our daily decisions, relationships, and ethical choices. From the food we consume to the words we speak and the causes we support, this internal struggle is a constant companion. But it doesn't have to control us. Recognizing dissonance in everyday life allows individuals to make conscious decisions, improve habits, and align actions with values. By acknowledging those nagging feelings of discomfort and challenging our justifications, we can start making choices that are true to ourselves and our beliefs. Would you like a deeper analysis on a specific area like relationships?